Senator Obama, why are you lying to us?
To help the middle class, you have promised to drastically increase the taxes on the wealthy and big corporations.
This makes us think that the middle class will be better off, right?
Now let's talk about reality.
What does your tax increase really do for America?
History has shown us that when big companies pay more taxes, they cut costs, they cut jobs, and they cut salaries.
Cut salaries for who?
The middle class that works for those big companies.
Which means that the middle class now has less money, not more.
Which leads us to a few questions.
Why are you misleading the middle class into thinking that your tax plan will help us?
How will we feel if you become president and we find out that we've been lied to?
And lastly, you're running for president, not us.
Why do we need to explain this to you?
What happens when we elect a president who lies to the middle class?
Senator Obama, the papers say that you are benefiting politically from the financial crisis.
But if America knew the facts, I don't know how they could vote for you.
John McCain tried to blow the whistle on Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac over 2 years ago. In 2006, he told the Senate, "For years I have been concerned about the regulatory structure that governs Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. The GSEs need to be reformed without delay."
No wonder he didn't get their political contributions. And who opposed the reforms John McCain was calling for? Barack Obama, Christopher Dodd, and John Kerry.
Wait, it gets better. Guess who received campaign contributions from the people who drove Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae into the ground? Barack Obama, Christopher Dodd, and John Kerry.
John McCain saw this coming. You, Senator Obama, have been part of the problem.
What happens when we elect a senator who's part of the biggest financial crisis in U.S. history?
Senator Obama, how can we trust you? In 1995, you partnered with a man named William Ayers on a $100 million education project. Sounds good, right? Except William Ayers is a known terrorist who bombed the Pentagon and then said he didn't do enough. You say William Ayers was just a guy in your neighborhood, but the Wall Street Journal tells us that you and William Ayers were together as a team. And they must be right, because when you decided to run for the Senate, you announced your candidacy at his house. A known terrorist, Senator Obama. We live in a world where terrorists wish to destroy us. How can we, with a clear conscience, elect a president with such close, documented ties to a terrorist? Senator Obama, how can we trust you?
What happens when we elect the colleague of a terrorist to the White House?
Senator Obama, nice try.
You tell us that you were unaware of your pastor, Reverend Wright's anti-American hatred.
But you attended his church for 20 years.
He married you and your wife.
He baptized your children.
You named your book after his sermon.
Nice try, Senator.
You said the terrorist, William Ayers, was just a guy in the neighborhood.
But you worked closely with him for 4 years.
And you announced your candidacy at his house.
Nice try, Senator. You tell us that you have the judgment to lead our nation's defense.
But you were adamantly against the surge, only to say later that it succeeded beyond your wildest dreams.
Nice try, Senator.
Senator Obama, just 10 years before this campaign, you weren't even in public office.
So we didn't have much to go on to learn what you are all about.
But we're learning fast.
And we don't like what we hear.
Nice try, Senator.
Please, give us some credit.
We might just be smarter than you think.
What happens when we fall for the smooth words of a candidate with something to hide?
Senator Obama, as a black American, I long for the day that we will see a black president in the White House. That day will truly be a sign of real change. But a wise man once said that we should judge people not by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. So while that day will be a source of pride, my vote will not be based on race. I will heed that wise man. So, Senator, this is not that time.
Senator Obama, I'm afraid. In March, you told America,
I've got 2 daughters. If they make a mistake, I don't want them punished with a baby.
Punished? I'm afraid because I'm a mother, and I can't imagine what this country would become if its president could look upon a baby as a punishment. And I'm afraid because those children that you spoke of as a punishment would be your very own grandchildren.
What happens when we elect a president who has disregard for human life? Please, America, let's never find out.
Senator Obama, you have promised that you will cut taxes for 90% of America, but you've also voted to allow the Bush tax cuts to expire. So that means our income taxes will actually go up. Did you think this was going to get past us? So let's make this real simple. If you allow the Bush tax cuts to expire, how many taxpayers would pay more taxes? This is not good change.
What happens when we elect a president who raises taxes?
Senator Obama, I'm standing where you stand. all the way to the left. Your 2007 voting record made you the most liberal member of the U.S. Senate. Left of Hillary Clinton, left of Ted Kennedy, and even left of your running mate, Joe Biden. Barely. He was number 3. You, Senator Obama, are number 1. Left of everyone.
What happens when we elect America's most liberal senator to the White House?
Senator Obama, you tell us that you are the candidate for change, and that Senator McCain is just more of the same. But I'm confused. In just 3 years in the Senate, you've asked taxpayers for over 100 earmarks, totaling $740 million. John McCain has been in the Senate for 26 years. Guess how many earmarks he's asked for? So who's really more of the same?
What happens when we elect a president who asks for $750 million in earmarks?
Senator Obama, you tell us you're ready to lead America? Why didn't you choose to lead Illinois? Do you remember the 3 buttons that were in front of you in the Senate? The green button for yes, the red button for no, and the one you used 129 times, the chicken button. Why, Senator? Were you so consistently afraid to take a stand?
What happens when we elect a senator who loves the chicken button?
Senator Obama, you say that punitive taxes on oil companies will solve our energy problems, but economists say windfall taxes will only raise the price of gasoline. You say you're against offshore drilling, but experts say we need to maximize oil supply while we develop alternative energy. Senator, you are running for president, not us. Why do we need to explain this to you?
What happens when we elect a senator who doesn't understand supply and demand?
Senator Obama, you are number 1. Your 2007 voting record makes you the most liberal member of the U.S. Senate. Left of Hillary Clinton, left of Ted Kennedy, and even left of your running mate, Joe Biden. Barely. He was number 3. You, Senator Obama, are number 1.
What happens when we elect America's most liberal senator to the White House?
Senator Obama, I'm afraid of your words. You say you will cut taxes for the middle class, but you promised a pollution tax, an estate tax, and voted to allow the Bush tax cuts to expire. You say gun owners shouldn't fear your administration, yet you supported legislation to ban the manufacture, sale, and possession of handguns. You say you're ready to lead on national security, yet you told America that Iran, Cuba, and Venezuela are tiny countries that don't pose a serious threat, only to change your mind and take those words back the very next day. You were against the surge. Then you told us it succeeded beyond your wildest dreams. Senator Obama, I'm afraid of your words. Because if we elect you as president, and you're faced with the challenges of the office, where will your empty words leave our country?
What happens when we elect one of America's most inexperienced senators to the White House? Please, America, let's never find out. Paid for by Let Freedom Ring, which is responsible for the content of this ad.